Being able to focus is something that's a lost art right now. And it's going to be something that's going to be picked up as a skill in the near future. The reason why I say that is that our attention spans are dwindling by the day. And we're having a hard time focusing on the task right in front of us. We get distracted extremely easily. Um, while we're driving, we're focused on our phone. While we are in a room with other people, we're not even focused on them. We're focused on our phones. And not only that, even when we're holding a conversation with somebody, our minds tend to drift off and go somewhere else. And it's not present in the conversation and with the people that's right in front of us. That is very, very dangerous. The only reason why something like that is dangerous, it ultimately makes you lose track of yourself. And it's very, very important that you don't lose track of yourself. Self-awareness is extremely huge. And there's so many benefits in being self-aware. And from self-awareness comes qualities of you being recognizing your mental well-being and your emotional well-being, which are internal indicators, ultimately speaking. And I also call focus a flashlight, and it shines light on darkness. When you pick up on a hobby, or you're involved in something that you really like, or you're listening to a song, you're focused on that thing that you're engaging in. And as crazy as this sounds and as extreme as this sounds, you should be fully focused and engaged in everything that you're doing and maximizing your life and maximizing your potential. And that sounds far-fetched due to the fact of how we maneuver through life now. And it's almost as if like society is like forcing us to be that way. It's like society is forcing us not to pay attention to ourselves and pay attention only towards outside things. And the more mindless chatter that you have with people in the outside world and the more things that you're involved in, it only creates confusion and turmoil within yourself and within your soul, truly. You may not recognize it now. You may be super unconscious to it. But people rarely ask like the questions of why do I feel the way that I do and why do I have the thoughts that I have? Where does it stem from? That's a very important question to ask. And the one thing that I encourage people to do is for 60 seconds to 5 minutes to sit in silence and not have anything that's going to stimulate your senses whatsoever, whether that's your phone, whether that's music, whether that's sounds that's going on outside of you, none of that. Try to eliminate all things that's going to stimulate your senses and sit in silence and wait and see what comes up. And oftentimes you don't even have to wait and see what comes up. Something is already there that's festering within you. And by you sitting there being with yourself and being with your thoughts and being with your feelings, you're going to practice being present. And that's naturally going to build focus. And over time, you will have this skill to be able to do this even when you amongst the noise and away from the silence of yourself and around people. To have discernment on how to read other people's energy and what's going on and what the situation is really calling for. a lot of people run away from themselves and they don't want to do that because they're scared of their own thoughts and they're scared of their own feelings. You could run away from yourself, but you're not going to get far. You're not going to get far. Eventually, yourself is going to catch up to you and going to remind you who you really are. And then, this is about to get deep. You got to ask yourself, is that really who I am too that's telling me that? And awareness to these things sheds light on that darkness yet again. Which is you being focused on that. I recommend, like I said, when you're winding down from your day and you going from being wakeful into going to sleep, that you start to decompress and just sit there and watch your thoughts and watch your feelings. And when you wake up first thing in the morning, do the same thing for at least 60 seconds to 5 minutes. St. Paul told us to pray without ceasing. And by praying without ceasing, you'll be truly in the presence of God. And be silent within yourself. Try the best that you can to be silent within yourself. And that's going to shed light on a whole bunch of things that you most likely didn't even know was there. With the way technology and the direction that everything is going in, we are literally in a whole new world, man. And every day this world is changing. It's changing rapidly. The world that we're experiencing now is currently like September. I don't know. It's later into September 2025. Or whenever somebody's watching this video, I don't know. But it's going to be a completely different world in the next 3 or 4 months from now. And especially in the next 5 to 10 years from now. But if you're catching this video in this present moment, practice being present. That's a superpower. That really is a superpower. And like I said, the technology is being geared towards it thinking for us and everything being convenient and everything being easy. But ease is a surefire way for things to be disastrous. And not to sound like pessimistic or anything, but it creates a problem within you internally when you got ease in your life and your mind is idle and there's nothing but chatter and noise inside of your head that you can't distinguish your thoughts from what's really coming from you and what's not you because of how much is being flooded inside of you. And the only thing we're starting to know is what comes across our algorithm. That's who we are. That's our thoughts. That's how we feel. And that's a dangerous thing because you can confuse what shows up on your timeline as if that's you. And you most likely care about a whole lot of things that don't matter. That do not matter. But you matter. Finding your purpose in life, that matters. Being who you are authentically created to be, that matters more than anything in the world. That really do matter more than anything in the world. You living out your purpose. You finding your purpose and acting that out in the world. And at Purpose Serve, there's something that I say here all the time. 3 words. Serve your purpose. That's you emanating your light source into the darkness, into the world. And to do that, you have to realize something internal. And then after that, you act on that externally based off of what's going on internally within you. Don't be an example of nobody else. Be yourself. You're one-on-one. No 2 snowflakes are alike. You're one-on-one. And I encourage you guys to serve your purpose. Put God first and treat your neighbor like you treat yourself. And if you don't love your neighbor, you most likely don't love yourself. Think about that. Focus on yourself. Don't focus on anybody else around you. Don't have any time or room to judge anybody around you. Because most likely, even if you think you know him, you most likely don't know him. You don't. Focus. That's something that I tell the kids that I train in basketball all the time, is to focus. And don't focus on what anybody else is doing. Focus on yourself. If it's an individual setting, if it's a team kind of a thing, that's totally different. But I digress. It's not even the point. Focus on yourself and serve your purpose. Shed light on what's going on internally within you. And once you have that light and you find that light, act that out into the world and share it with others. That's my message of the day. Don't focus on the outside world. Focus on what's going on internally within you. And by you doing that, you are truly seeking the kingdom of God, which is at hand because it's present right now. I'm out of here. Until next time, yet again, serve your purpose. Love y'all. Deuces.